Good morning, welcome to Resource Prepping. I'm your host, Greg. I want you to take note of something in Ukraine. I want you to compare it to your own mental timeline of your prepping needs and how it aligns with what's happening in the Ukrainian war. And this is not intended to diminish the severity, the casualties, or injuries of what is happening in Ukraine. This is strictly for educational purposes on how to help us become better preppers by learning and how to potentially help others. All right, so let's do a recap. You take your notebook or whatever and do a check mark as to how you are going to compare and what you need to do to get better. Day one, people didn't believe the war was going to happen until it started. Lines at the ATMs were extensive until the ATM machines were empty. No money first day. Second day, banking, limited access to your money before the banks closed for the day declared a bank holiday. Day three, no money, limited transactions. You get what you get, and that's it. Day four, banks are closed. Day five, limited transactions, if any. Lines are around the block and then some for banks that are open and have limited withdrawal amounts to those that have accounts there. So keep that in mind, how quickly money is shut down. Day one, first hour. Keep that in mind for your prepping needs. Now, bugging out. People didn't believe war was going to happen, so they didn't leave until the first missiles, tanks, and explosions happened, and then 25 to 30,000 people decided to get in their car, head down the highway, and try to escape to Poland or Romania or other neighboring countries. They found out very quickly, within the first 2 hours, highways become parking lots, and they sat there overnight and for hours until they either started moving or had to abandon their cars running out of gas. So take note of that. If you are going to bug out, leave early. Don't do it on the day of the event. They're going to be a parking lot. That's day one. Now, into day five, close to 500,000 Ukrainians have decided to leave the country while they can. Kiev is now shut down. No leaving Kiev. The president, Zelensky, has ordered all males between the ages of 18 and 60 are not allowed to leave. Take that in mind, too. If you fall into that age group and we are at war, martial law will be declared. Second day will be declared, and if you fall in the age group between 18 and 60, you will be conscripted into the army and forced to take up arms. Keep that in mind. All right, so now day two, people are living underground in subway stations and bunkers. Limited food, limited emergency services, no EMTs. Babies are being born underground with the help of doctors and midwives. Keep that in mind. So if you have medical needs, pregnant wife, ailing grandparents, and you decide you cannot leave, but you are going to bunker in someplace else, have medicine with you, have medical supplies with you, clean clothes, clean water, personal hygiene. Make that a priority in your bug out kit. One of them you should have on hand. Day three, bombs and explosions, regular sites. People are hiding and people are taking up arms. Now you ask yourself, would my mayor of the town I live in take up arms to defend this town, or would he leave? Would my governor take up arms, or would he leave? Would the President of the United States surrender, hide in his bunker in his house out of state while the rest of the world is burning? You ask yourself, what kind of leadership do I have in my area? Put that into your prepping plans. Who is going to help me? Who can I depend on? Or who is going to look out for themselves? You keep that in mind. Day 5, limited restaurants are opening, limited food, cash only, grocery store shelves empty, all in 5 days. So you think about that. Where are you lined up in this 5 days only so far? There's no fuel, no money, limited internet, limited medical supplies. Hospitals are running on generators and people are on their own, and martial law being declared. 18 to 60, you're conscripted into whatever service you can perform. Fighting, so if you don't know how to use a firearm, you're going to be SOL. If you are relying on your mayor who has already fled to defend your town, you're SOL. You better learn real quickly. You are going to be on your own, and you are going to have to make decisions on your own. So you better have plans A, B, and C ready to go. Don't use the highway to escape. Find the alternative routes. Have alternative ways to leave the city. If you are not capable of walking 25 to 50 miles to safety, with or without your family in tow, you're in trouble. I would suggest you have alternative means to get there. Bicycles, go-karts, buggies, horses, whatever. You think about how you can walk and pick a city 50 miles away. How are you going to get there? And in weather conditions of wintertime, you better have plenty of food and water in your bug-out bag. Forget all the other eye makeup and everything else, and anything else you may think you need. It better be food, water, change of socks, and warm clothing, or whatever it is seasonal. Now, on the other side of the coin in Russia, massive protest does no good. The people that are protesting Putin are getting their heads split open by batons and thrown into jail. Same with all the other people around the world. You would have the same effect as sending an email. Nobody's listening. If you want to protest and you want to make a difference, I suggest you go to Ukraine and take up arms if you're that committed. But most of you people that are protesting are doing it from the safety of your home. Knock it off. You're just trying to get on TikTok video. Knock it off. The ruble is crashing. Look out for retaliation. How are you prepared if the lights go out for an extended period of time? How are you prepared if the ATMs stop working here? Putin is not going to allow us to punish him or other countries without retaliation, because his citizenry, his Russian citizenry, are pissed that they cannot afford to buy anything, and the lines at the Russian banks are extended for miles because the ruble is tanking to worthlessness. People are going to be pissed, and he is not going to allow himself to be taken down by the Russian population. All right, that's just a brief recap. I want you to compare what we know, what you see, to your status as a prepper. Where are your holes compared to a 5-day timeline? Thank you for liking and subscribing. Please continue to do so. Priority, get yourself right with God, ask for forgiveness of your sins, and get baptized. Greg out.